Hello and welcome to The Critique. Today we're looking at a video transcript called Conspiracy Candace is Spiraling. It's this really high-energy attempt to blend deep theology with internet culture commentary.
Yeah.
The argument is that Candace Owens is sort of falling into a modern Gnosticism.
High energy is definitely the word for it. I mean, it's ambitious.
It is. You've got Genesis on one side and then, internet slang on the other. It feels like they're struggling to hold it all together.
Well, that's exactly it. That tension is the first big thing we need to talk about.
Okay. The material just oscillates between this, theological gravity and what's basically ad hominem mockery.
It was the first thing that hit me. The tonal whiplash is, it's intense.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 minute the author is building this really profound argument about a spirit of error, quoting scripture.
Serious stuff.
Very serious. And then mid-sentence, they're dropping nicknames like Conspiracy Candida.
El Cuckoo, that was the one that just stopped me.
Right? It just sucks all the air out of the argument.
It does.
You're setting the audience up for this serious diagnosis, and then you pull a prank. It just undermines the authority completely.
Think about who you're trying to reach, If the goal is to warn people about perilous times, which is the language they use,
From 2 Timothy, yeah.
then you have to treat it seriously. It's like shouting fire in a building, but while you're making a funny face. No one's gonna run.
They're just going to laugh at you. Or worse, they'll think you're just a hater.
Exactly.
It leads less like a diagnosis and more like a hit piece that's just sort of disguised as theology.
And that's the danger. You alienate the exact people you might be trying to reach, the fence sitters.
The ones who are starting to get worried but still respect her.
Yeah, they'll just put their guard up. They'll see it as bullying.
So the suggestion is just, what, strip it all out?
I think so. The feedback is to align the tone of your references with the tone of your analysis.
So if you're using the Bible,
You have to speak with the weight of the Bible. So, for example, instead of that line, I shan't not have heard a word coming from El Cuckoo Conspiracy Candida,
which is a real mouthful.
it is. You just say the subject, or even use her name. I cannot accept this claim from Candace because it contradicts the text.
It's colder, but in a good way.
It's clinical, and it turns the piece from a rant into a lament.
A lament. I like that.
You want the audience to feel like it's a tragedy, not that she's just an idiot. Tragedy is compelling.
And if you do that, the biblical comparison, the one to the serpent in Genesis 3, that lands so much harder, doesn't it?
Oh, way hard. It's devastating on its own. You let the theology throw the punch.
Not the insults.
You don't need them. The argument is strong enough without them.
Okay, so speaking of the argument, we have to talk about the structure. Because the script is criticizing Candace for, spiraling.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
But the script itself feels like it's spiraling too.
It's the rabbit hole irony. The script suffers from the very thing it's critiquing.
I had to reread the middle section twice.
Me too.
Because we're talking about Gnosticism, this idea of hidden knowledge. And then all of a sudden we're in Project Looking Glass.
And the CIA and Sumerian technology.
And Charlie Kirk is a time traveler who died young. I mean, what?
I was so confused. Is this an example of the error, or does the author actually believe this stuff?
It's so muddy. And the text itself is like, boom, 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 let's check the camera. It's just stream of consciousness.
Which is fine for a live stream maybe, but for a scripted critique, it's fatal.
Yeah.
The weakness is that these tangents, they just dilute the main point. If your thesis is Gnosticism is dangerous, you can't then get distracted by a conspiracy theory yourself.
You're proving yourself unreliable. It's the pot calling the kettle Gnostic.
Yeah, basically. So the suggestion here is to tighten that editorial filter, way tighter.
So the time traveler thing?
It has to go.
Just gone.
Unless you can frame it very clearly as an example of the absurdity she's falling for. But right now, it's not framed that way at all.
It feels like the author just got distracted by their own shiny object.
Which is the accusation, right? So the fix is this. Cut the Sumerian tech, cut the time travel.
And Project Looking Glass?
You can mention it, but only as a brief example. This is the forbidden fruit. This is what looks desirable, but it's poison. And then you move on.
You show us the rabbit hole, but you don't jump in.
Exactly. You need to demonstrate sound doctrine, to use their own term, by having a sound structure, a disciplined mind.
It's a shame because that lack of discipline is actually burying the best part of the whole piece.
Oh, I know. There's an absolute gold mine in here.
The personal testimony.
The repentant expert persona. It's incredible.
Yeah, that was the part where I actually sat up and leaned in.
Me too.
Halfway through, the author just drops the act and says, let's take it all the way back.
And tells the story. 15 years old, Catholic school, smoking weed.
The sticky icky, as they call it.
And watching the Zeitgeist.
And feeling cooked. That was the word they used. Cooked. because they had no theological training to fight it.
It's so raw and honest. They admit they fell for it. They admit they felt arrogant.
Like they knew secrets the sheep didn't.
It's the most compelling emotional hook in the whole script, but the problem is purely structural.
It's just siloed off. It's this block of text in the middle like a little biography break.
It's a commercial for a different show. It should be the lens for this show.
So when they're critiquing Candace, it's pure judgment. Then they stop, tell this empathetic story, and then go right back to judging.
We have to weave them together. The suggestion is to put the personal narrative parallel to the critique of the subject.
So instead of one big block, you just sprinkle it throughout the whole thing?
Exact. Think of it like a duet. Her present, their past.
Okay, so give me an example.
When the script talks about Eve in Genesis 3 seeing the fruit was desirable to make one wise. Don't just analyze Eve. Immediately pivot. Say, I know that desire. At 15, the Zeitgeist was my fruit. I wanted to feel wise.
Oh, that is so much better.
Right?
It changes the whole dynamic. It's not I'm smart, you're dumb. It's I've stood where you're standing, and there's a cliff ahead.
It's a rescue mission, not an attack.
What about the sticky icky part, the weed reference?
Use it. It's a perfect metaphor. When Candace is reading some fringe book about time travel, frame it like that.
It's a mind-altering substance.
It's the dopamine hit. Say, she's chasing that high. I know that high. I was addicted to that information.
It really transforms the critique. The author's expertise doesn't come from a degree. It comes from being a survivor.
The wounded healer. It's a much more powerful stance, and it makes the audience more patient.
And that actually brings us to the core concept of the whole thing.
Gnosticism.
Yeah, it's a big, dusty theological word.
It is.
And I think the script just assumes the audience knows what it is.
Which is our fourth critique. The clarity of that definition is just, it's not there. It's scattered all over the place.
I was trying to piece it together. You get fragments like hidden knowledge here.
Metaphysical and metaphorical over there.
Unrevealed phenomenon. And it's all mixed in with that boom, boom, boom filler. I mean, if I'm just a casual listener, I'm completely lost.
The weakness is simple. If the audience doesn't understand the diagnosis, they won't accept the cure.
Yeah. You can't just throw a label like that on someone without explaining it first.
So we need a definitions box right up front.
But not a boring dictionary one.
No, an image, an analogy. And the craziest part is, the author has the perfect one. They just buried it at the very end.
You're talking about the phone charger?
The phone charger, it's brilliant.
It really is.
Gnosticism is a phone charger that's pulled out of the wall, but you keep trying to charge your phone with it anyway.
You're trying to generate power or truth without the source, without God.
It's such a modern, perfect analogy, it just clicks.
So that needs to go in the first minute of the critique.
Absolutely. Frame it like, before we talk about Candace, let's talk about your iPhone.
Gnosticism is trying to charge a phone with a cord that isn't plugged in. Done.
And now everyone gets it. So when you see her reading a flat earth book, you can say, see, she's looking for power in a disconnected cord.
It gives the audience a lens for everything that follows. It also connects directly to that Genesis 3 language, you shall surely die.
Well, a phone off the charger died. It's all consistent.
And it clarifies the difference between Gnosticism and the gospel. Secret knowledge for a few versus public news for everyone.
That contrast is vital because conspiracy theories appeal to our vanity, don't they?
They make you feel special. I know the secrets you don't.
And that links right back to the personal story. The author can say, I wanted to feel special. I wanted the secret chord. You see how all these fixes start to connect?
It's an architectural problem. All the raw materials are there. The charger analogy, the personal story.
The biblical knowledge.
They're all just sitting in the wrong piles on the construction site.
That's a great way to put it. We're not asking them to change their theology. We're asking them to build a better house for it.
You know, I can almost hear the author pushing back on that first point, though, the El Cuckoo thing. They might say, but that's my voice. That's my brand. I'm a little bit chaotic.
And that's a valid fear. But you have to choose your master. Is your master entertainment or is your master truth? If it's entertainment, fine. Keep the insults, keep the time travel stuff. It's a circus, it's fun, but you can't pretend you're doing ministry.
Because the circus trivializes the peril.
Exactly. You can't warn someone about a spiritual cliff while sticking a kick me sign on their back. The two goals are at war with each other. The brand has to mature.
And honestly, the repentant expert is a much better brand anyway.
It's way more unique. 1 million people are making fun of Candace Owens. Very few are saying, I was her. Here's the way out.
That's the unique value.
So let's recap the action item. It's a script with huge potential, but it's held back by tone and structure.
First, the ad hominem attacks. El Cuckoo conspiracy candida.
Get rid of them. They lower your status. Use her name. Let the theology do the work.
Second, the rabbit holes. Time travel, Sumerian tech.
Cut them. They make you seem unfocused. Stick to the mechanism of the deception, not the details of the conspiracy.
Third, that amazing personal testimony.
Don't silo it. Weave it through the entire piece. Make your 15-year-old self a character in the story. Be the wounded healer.
And finally, the definition of Gnosticism.
The charger analogy. Move it to the very front. Give your audience that tool so they can understand everything that follows.
Teen and Peter, you have something really special here.
You do. That combination of pop culture fluency and real theological depth is so rare.
And if you can just clean up the structure, this could be more than just a viral video. It could be a genuine resource for people.
We invite you to refine this script. Take these ideas, move the pieces around, and please send us the next draft.
I really want to see the version where the repentant expert takes center stage. I think that's the one.
We'll be waiting for it. That's all for this critique. Keep writing, and remember, clarity is charity.
Keep digging.
Goodbye.